So here's a pair of trainers that I picked up in December 2022. Never had a pair of these, and it's the Jordan 7 in the Cardinal red colorway, which is an OG colorway, and it's in white, black, and I suppose red or maroon, whatever you want to call it, team red or whatever Jordan brand wants to call it. And this is the pair, and this was my first pair of Jordan 7s actually. Well, one of my first pairs actually, and then I also have the citrus pair that I bought initially, and just a really big fan of Jordan 7s in general, and I came to them late, i.e. the last few years, and never owned a pair before, and once they sort of started coming out quite a lot in the last few years, I picked up some, and the more I picked up, the more I liked them, and the more I sort of worn them. And I have a few pairs that I got on rotation at the moment, so I haven't pulled these ones out just yet. But this one's got a really sort of clean colorway, which I really like. And as far as I remember, it was based on a shark from Tinker Hatfield. So I like the kind of pebbly leather that they got going on here. I think they did the Cardinal red one justice in terms of the quality and the way it looks and the way it's been constructed. And then you've got the kind of maroon bits on the back with the gold Jumpman and the pull tab being in gold. And what I'm a big fan of with this particular sneaker, it feels slightly more lighter, and in my opinion it's a lot more comfortable than all the other Jordans. And I think this one you can probably still play basketball in these, in my opinion. But this one includes, similar to the Huarache, like a inner booty, so which is really nice in my opinion, and I find that kind of locks you in and makes you feel a lot nicer, especially sort of wearing them during the winter. And this is kind of one of the pairs that I tend to buy for mainly wearing with like sort of cargos or like jeans, and if you just want to be sort of dressed down a little and just dress a bit more street, this is a really nice pair, and really has some sort of angular design touches on it. And again, being a Tinker Hatfield design, just looks different to all other sneakers really. And I also like the breathability that you get up here in the ankle collar area. And usually I'm not a fan of highs, and this one I don't mind it. I still probably prefer low, but saying that, it's not, you know, it's not so bad as a high. I really like it still. So here are the details for the Jordan 7 Cardinal Red. It comes in a white, Cardinal Red, black colorway. And these have a Phylon midsole with a rubber outsole. And they also have air units in the heel and also in the forefoot. And it has a dynamic fit neoprene sock stitched into the trainer itself. And it's made up of all leather materials. And the price is £185. So with the comfort and sizing, I think Jordan 7s are sort of on the medium to firm side. I think they feel a lot more softer than some of the other pairs that are out there, you know, in terms of sort of Jordan silhouettes, and it's one of my favourites to wear in my opinion. And it feels a bit sort of less heavy and bulky on foot in my opinion as well. And because it's being a slightly sort of newer silhouette, it does have really good arch support as well. And I feel like the wearing time for Jordans in general, like Jordan 7s in general, they probably run about 4 to 6 hours, and for their leather to sort of soften, because they're comfortable from the get-go, you should be fine. And true to size works in my opinion, but I tend to just go up half size because of the fact that I have a bit of a wide foot, and also because you have the inner sock lining. It's one of those ones where you know it's probably good to like go up half size, but it's not like a must. And much like the Jordan 6, the grip is good on these. I won't say it's excellent. It's got a sort of nice sort of pattern on the outsole, but it's one of those ones where it's not as nice as sort of a herringbone or the Jordan 1 radial pattern. So with the look and style, I like the OG Cardinal colour blocking on this. It's simplistic and very sort of neutral in colour, so the red and the sort of yellowish gold colour sort of hits. And it's a good one to wear sort of spring, autumn and winter time in my opinion. And I think these ones are sort of mainly sort of casual wear really. I think the Jordan 7, you can't really dress it up smart casual, because I feel like it's one of those trainers that looks really aggressive on feet. And as far as I know, as far as I remember, it's based upon a shark as well, so that was the inspiration for a Jordan 7. And I think with the laces, the options that you can have, I think it's like black would work well in these, and also red obviously, and white. So with the final thoughts, I like the OG Cardinal colour blocking. It's iconic, and it's one of those ones that's always going to be an easy one to wear because of the predominantly white upper. And I would say these are really good quality leather. I won't say it's as nice as some of the other pairs I've seen, but because it's got that pebble effect on there as well, it looks really cool and really got sort of textured, and probably a pair that's going to be nice to sort of wear as well, I imagine. And it's a nice pair to wear. And I also like the neoprene sock lining up. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff because it keeps you more sort of locked in place and more secure. And I see that nowadays a lot more trainers are kind of using this type of style. And I like the fact that the ankle support is very sort of flexible, so it kind of gives you that stability, but also sort of remains sort of light on foot, and there's a sort of air holes around the ankle collar as well to let sort of air in. But it's one of those ones, it doesn't look too bulky on foot either. In terms of cons, I think the cost, so with Jordans in general, the prices are too high. And some people won't like the aggressive look. I'm one of those people that when I wear these, I wear them more when I'm wearing sort of streetwear stuff rather than sort of smart casual, so for me it works. So with the ratings, I give the look and style a 5 out of 5. I think this is like an OG colourway and you can't really go wrong with this. And a Jordan 7, I know like it's not for everyone, but for me it really works, especially like nowadays as well. It's one of those sort of sneakers that, in my opinion, they've sort of stood the test of time compared to some of the others. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 4. It's not like peak comfort, but I feel like this is one of the better Jordans in terms of comfort level. And even though it's sort of older than some of the newer silhouettes that are out there for Jordans, it's one of those ones that I just find it just feels just really comfortable on foot, and it's mainly because of the Phylon midsole and the air units being in there as well. And the quality, I give it a 5. I think the leather, I wouldn't say it's like premium, but they've done a really nice sort of touches to it where you got that pebbled leather effect and then just sort of standard leather on the toe box. And the pricing, I give that a 4. It's a price too high for just Jordans in general. But overall, this is another one of those sort of classic iconic Jordans, and for me it's always going to be a 5. And I think even now that being older, I appreciate the silhouette more and more, and it's one of those ones that I can sort of wear and feel happy wearing because it just feels really comfortable on foot.